Hello there, YouTubers. I'm back with the BSP tutorials, and actually, the first thing I want to address is just something that I did in the last video that I wanted to explain a little better. So if I just move the roof up, I just want to show you this. So if when I duplicated this wall, and I was going to use it for this wall, I didn't really tell you why I didn't want to use it. So if I just hold Alt and duplicate it again, you can see my pivot point's in the middle. And the reason I didn't want to use it as my wall is because when I rotate it, it's actually going to be in the center of my box here rather than on the edge, which happens because our wall's 50 UUs wide, and our pivot point will be at 25, which is kind of off of our grid of 50. So we don't want that. And yeah, that's all that's all I wanted to explain. And you can see we have this roof up here, and we want to snap it back down. We are on a grid of 50, but I can just hit end. Oh, ha! No, I can't. Alright. Never mind, just move it down, because apparently it doesn't detect these. I don't know why, though. Could be because we have a triangle roof. But the first thing we're going to discuss in this video is subtractive BSPs, which are the same as a normal one. So just drag out a box. I'm just going to place it like kind of where I want a door. And it'll be a little bit away from it, so let's just move it right there for now. And the first thing I will say is when it comes to BSPs, they're quite different than static meshes. So you'll see in a lot of games, oh, that's not where I wanted it to be. Okay. You'll see in a lot of games they have like rocks and stuff like placed in the ground and stuff like that. Those are static meshes or models, whatever you want to call them. But in Unreal, we call them static meshes. And static meshes are completely allowed to be crashed into other geometry like this. But when it comes to BSPs like this, it's not good to overlap it with something, even other geometry. It's actually that's kind of wrong. It's kind of okay with if you overlap a mesh with a BSP like that, but it's not okay to overlap a BSP with another BSP. But there is one case where that is allowed, and that is subtractive BSPs. So if I move my box back up to here where my floor level was, I'm just going to move it in so it's kind of like this, where it's 50 inside and 100 outside. We can change this after, but I'm just going to hit Shift 4, and it'll turn blue, and you can select the top face. Yeah, just readjust your camera if you can't select it. And one more hotkey too is when you're holding Alt, the same as if you were like panning around or zooming in on your focused place, you can also use the middle mouse button, and it'll actually just actually pan around, but on a flat axis from your camera's relative position. So this can be really handy for just if you're zoomed in on a place and you want to like pan over to the right or the left. It can be really handy for something like that. But I'm just gonna raise this box up to about there, and I don't really like the position of this door or the size of it. I'm actually gonna make it 250 tall, and I'm gonna make it 150 wide. Yeah, that's more of a door size, because I think our character is about just over 200. Then I'm going to hit Shift 1 to go back to select mode, and I'm just going to move it over to like there. You can place your door wherever you want, though. But once I have this the size I want, I'm going to go to the details panel and scroll down, and you'll notice brush type. And we want to change this to subtractive. And as soon as you do that, you'll notice that we have a hole. And there is a rule with this, and it's that subtractive BSPs will subtract from other BSPs that were placed in the level before it. So if I go ahead and place another box in here, you'll notice even though it's inside a subtractive BSP, it still covers it up because we placed it after we placed the subtractive. So I can place another BSP in here and subtract this one like that, and it will work. I'm just going to delete both of those, and you can find your subtractive BSP by clicking on the inside of where you put it. So like sometimes the bottom doesn't work, but I usually find the side of like the door or something like that, the opening that I made. I can usually find it. Otherwise, you'll have to find in your outliner, it'll have a different icon. So you'll notice a little plus sign beside the box brush image. And if it's a subtractive, it'll have a minus symbol. So that's all I'm going to talk about for this video, and in the next video I'm going to put some stairs and a little balcony on my house.